Good morning, Unity family. I'm Deborah Giddings. I am the Prayer Chaplain Ministry Lead, and I am so grateful to be here with all of you today. And we have in our sanctuary today, we have Tony Bensko as the sound master, and our beloved Carolyn Fisher was our music director. So good morning, Joanne and Sonia. It's so good to see you. So glad you're here. And Angela, I just want to remind you that you could go ahead and download the bulletin from our website, unityhartford.org, at any time, and keep greeting each other. It's nice to be together here, even if we're just remote. Oh, Kathy Diggs, how you doing? Good to see you. And so Reverend Christine has the day off today. We're going to have a lovely talk from Reverend, let me see if I can remember her name, Debris. And it's going to be a wonderful talk, and it's right in alignment with what Reverend Christine has been talking about. Oh, Lynn, welcome home. So glad you're with us today. And please keep talking to each other, and I want to just let Carolyn play a little music for us. Good morning, my Lee. And we'll be back in just a minute. And Kate is here. Lovely. Carolyn. Thank you, Carolyn, and good morning, good God morning, everyone. I'm Deborah Giddings. I am the Prayer Chaplain Ministry Lead here, and I am so grateful to be with all of you today. And I have to tell you, and I've been saying it in the sanctuary, they're probably sick of me saying it, but zippity-doo-dah, what an amazing day it is today. So I want to just let you know that I'm in this sanctuary today, as you saw with our beloved and magnificent Carolyn Fisher, our music director, and Tony Bensko, who is filling in as our sound master. And all the way from Arkansas, our guest speaker today will be Reverend Debris Garland Toms. And she's going to be sharing her gratitude spiritual toolbox. So get your pencils ready. And we're grateful to let Reverend Christine sleep in today and get a little bit of rest, but you will hear her, you'll be with her later this afternoon if you're taking the class. Again, I just want to remind you, you can get today's bulletin from our unityhartford.org website, and I'm just so grateful to be here with all of you today. For many of us here, we know that unity is a positive path for spiritual living. And here at Unity, we welcome, value, and include all people. And so we welcome all of you this morning. So anytime during today's service, just let us know you're here with comments as you've been doing. Greet each other, send an emoji, and hold each other in love. So let's begin our service with prayer. So I invite you to come together with me with open heart, in one mind, divine mind. And let's just take a deep breath in And I've taken pieces of today's prayers from two beautiful people, Jim Blake, who is the CEO at Unity, and Trace Riley, who works at the Silent Unity Prayer Ministry. So I've taken pieces of their prayers. As one in this divine presence, we embrace our common humanity. We are held in the loving arms of Spirit, and we rise above fear to walk in love, faith, and peace. The first principle of unity guides us not only to recognize God's divine presence in ourselves, but to know that God is all there is. No one and nothing is outside of this infinite presence. The fifth principle of unity guides us beyond a simple understanding of spiritual teachings. We must put our prayers into action. And so many of us did that this past month. Our hearts are touched by recent events. And we now release any beliefs that divide us, and we turn to one another with understanding. With unity of purpose, we create justice, equality, and peace for all people. In this abundance of God, we know and affirm there is enough love, enough peace, enough freedom for all to live together as one. We hold this vision of healing and harmony for ourselves, our community, and our world. May we remain resolute in walking the course of human rights and social justice for all. For this knowledge and these gifts, we say, thank you, sweet Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Oh, we have a lot going on here at Unity of Greater Hartford. There are 2 classes being held in November. The first one started last Sunday at 12:30, but you can still register at unityhartford.org and join the class at 12:30 today. And it's the Unity 5 Principles. It's the basic Unity training class. It runs for 3 Sundays. Reverend Christine is running it. It's 3 Sundays in a row. You need to register online, and then you will receive the Zoom link. There's no registration fee. This is a love offering class. The other class will be offered on 3 consecutive Monday evenings beginning tomorrow, November 9th, from 5 to 8:30. It's called Foundations of Unity. It's an amazing class. I've taken it, and I wish I could be in this one, but I'm in another class. But anyway, this is a bit of a higher level of learning, as it's considered one of the first credit classes that you should take if you're interested in becoming a licensed Unity teacher. We will explore the writings of Emily Cady and her book, Lessons of Truth, Eric Butterworth's book, Discover the Power Within, as well as some of Charles Fillmore's writings. Who should attend this? Anyone who is interested in getting a solid foundation of Unity writings, or if you're wanting to become a Unity teacher, or someday this can also be used as a membership class. But or this can also be used as a membership class. But Reverend Christine asks that if you want to use this as your membership class, that you will have been coming to Unity for at least 2 years. There is a $30 registration fee for this class, and if you want additional credit as for your because it's an SE class, to become a licensed Unity teacher, you'd have to pay, there's an additional $45 fee for Unity Worldwide Ministries. Please register online through the website calendar, unityhartford.org. Now this one, I read it and I was like, goodness gracious. While it may be hard to believe, but in a few more weeks, it will be December, and then Christmas. And the Christmas blessing team has had several meetings, do a lot of research on how to be a blessing to others during this holiday season in a pandemic. So usually, as you know, we've had a teddy bear collection for the Children's Hospital in Hartford. And we've talked to them, and they are not allowing donations this year. But the other two blessing activities that we usually do, we are going to be doing them just a little bit differently. So we're going to be working with Covenant to Care for Children to supply $20 gift cards to their families with children. And our goal is to collect 75 $20 gift cards from places like Target, Walmart, etc. So the parents have lots of choices. The second blessing activity is going to be with the Manchester Area Conference of Churches, MAC. And once again, we're going to be creating and delivering senior blessing bags filled with helpful items. So check our newsletter this Wednesday when it arrives in your inbox. It has all the details. Reverend Christine wants all of us to come together as one. Join us in being a Christmas blessing to our area children and seniors. Phew! And now I think we're ready for our opening song, Carolyn. So what are we going to be singing today?
Today we're starting with This Little Light of Mine. You know what to do.
And as your light shines, I invite you to join me in saying our statement of faith out loud. I'm going to say a phrase, and then I'm going to ask Carolyn to repeat it with me and all of you. There is only one presence and one power.
There's only one presence and one power.
Active as the universe and as my life.
Active as the universe and as my life.
God, the good, omnipotence, amen.
God, the good, omnipotence, amen.
And now for today's daily word. Oh, how appropriate this daily word is. The word for today is healing. I embrace the healing flow of divine life. If my body experiences any kind of health challenge, I turn within to release all fear and all concerns, as I affirm that illness is not part of my true identity. I remember that wholeness is my birthright as a spiritual being. I surrender with any anxiety as I fill my consciousness with healing thoughts. My mind's eye sees each cell of my body aglow with the energy of divine life. In prayer, I express appreciation for all of my body's marvelous functions. I commit to taking time to bless my body with rest, exercise, and good nutrition. I speak affirming words of truth to encourage my body's healing response. I give thanks for the healing that I know is already on its way to me. I am grateful to receive healing and know wholeness. And from John chapter 10, verse 10, I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. So let's just take this affirmation into our hearts for just a moment. I embrace the healing flow of divine life. Embrace the healing flow of divine life. And so it is. Amen. So our guest speaker today is Reverend Debri Garland Toms, and she is going to be sharing 4 gratitude practices from her spiritual toolbox. These spiritual tools can heighten your attitude of gratitude and help you live a life of gratitude. Reverend Debri is an ordained Unity minister and has served as senior minister at Unity Communities in Key West, Florida, and Wichita, Kansas. Prior to becoming a Unity minister, she was a licensed Unity teacher. Currently, Reverend Debri and her husband, Denny, live in Hot Springs, Arkansas, where she is a frequent guest speaker at various local Unity churches. Reverend Debri also joined the staff as an adjunct instructor at Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute. So please welcome Reverend Debri to Unity of Greater Hartford. Give me one moment. We've got to take a little walk here.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Debri Garland Toms, and I'm coming to you from Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. And it is my joy to be with you here this morning at Unity of Greater Hartford. Through the miracle of technology, we go from my living room to your living room. Thank you for letting me be with you and for being part of this wonderful adventure called the attitude of gratitude. The attitude of gratitude. We're going to explore that this morning and focus in on some spiritual tools that we can use to express gratitude, to heighten our awareness of being grateful. And it's normal as we move into November to consider all that we have for which to be grateful, with Thanksgiving right around the corner. Gratitude is magical. Gratitude has the ability to shift us. Gratitude and appreciation are able to raise our energy level, to lift our moods. Gratitude holds the key to changing our thoughts, to moving from a space of fear or lack or sadness or despair, and moving into a place of grace, a space of grace, a place where we can breathe again, where we can ground ourselves, where we can feel truly centered and have renewed hope. So let's dive in. Let's take a closer look at gratitude. Well, gratitude is actually in 2 parts, and it has the ability to have a 3rd action step as well. So the first part of gratitude is the affirmation of goodness. It is recognizing that there is goodness in the world, that there is something good in our lives. Even if it is just for a few seconds, it is that acknowledgement, that recognition that there is goodness in our life. And then the second part is recognizing the source of that goodness, recognizing it, acknowledging it. And this may be entirely internal. We may be doing this process completely within ourselves, or we may be spurred to action, to take some form of action. And this acknowledgement of good and acknowledgement of the source is a relationship strengthening phase. It's a relationship strengthening emotion that requires us to see how we have been supported or gifted or blessed by someone else, or that something we care about or someone we care about has been supported or gifted or blessed by someone. And if we're spurred to take action, to do something, to express our gratitude, then whoever we express that to also has the benefit of being affirmed and having their relationship strengthened with us. And this is very important to us, for we are social creatures. We need this. And so this morning we're going to look at our spiritual toolbox, and I have my gratitude spiritual toolbox right here. We're going to look at the spiritual practices that we might use to increase our awareness and our expression of gratitude. Now in Unity, we have many spiritual practices at our fingertips. We have denials and affirmations. We have prayer and meditation. We have the 12 powers. We have the metaphysical interpretation of the Bible, as well as the lessons that we listen to, the talks, the classes, the workshops. There are always takeaways from those. There's suggestions, or what I call calls to action. It's not homework, it's love work. It's work that we do. It's stretching ourselves. It's trying something new. For in Unity, we don't have the benefit of just taking that box that says church and checking off done when we attend on Sunday. Our real work comes from moving forward from Sunday into our week. It's called practical Christianity. We're supposed to take those tools and put them into practice, where we practically apply them. And so today I'm going to share 4 gratitude practices from my spiritual toolbox. Now the first one is a gratitude journal. And you may keep one now, or you may have kept one in the past. But the first step is to find a gratitude journal that works for you. It might be something that's really beautiful. This is actually my husband's journal, and it is a piece of art itself, isn't it? You can express gratitude just by having that wonderful journal. Or it may be something smaller and handy that you can keep in your nightstand, something like this, bright. Or this one says, what I will do to feel the way I want to feel. And it has little clues in it on how to be grateful. This is a beautiful journal from Danielle Laporte. But one of my favorites I just found in the drugstore, and I love it because it is narrow. I write my little list. Each page has a little list of 1 through 10. And that's what my suggestion is that each evening you write 10 things for which you're grateful. 10 things. You don't have to go into a lot of detail. And then the next evening you write 10 more things, and they have to be different than what you wrote the day before. And then the next night, you write 10 more things for which you are grateful. And those have to be different too, and on and on. And to add another element to your gratitude journal, each morning, take your gratitude journal and read aloud the 10 things that you listed the night before. Read them aloud. And then make a statement of affirmation. It could be something simply, I live my life with ease and grace. I am grateful. I live my life with abundance, and I am grateful. I live my life with loving relationships, and I am grateful. I am whole and well in every aspect of my life, and I am grateful. Whatever is meaningful to you, and it doesn't need to be the same affirmation every day. And so we end our day with this energy of gratefulness, and we begin the next day again with this energy of gratefulness. The second spiritual tool is very simple. All you need is something like a legal pad like this. And at the top, you write 50 things, I don't know if you can see that, 50 things I love about myself. Now, the nice thing about a legal pad, a letter size one, there's 27 lines. It's easy to go 1 through 25, 26 through 50, just like that. Very simple. And then fill it in. So here's some suggestions of how you can fill these in. It could be something like, I laugh easily. It's something you can love about yourself. I am generous. Another thing to love about yourself. I'm a good mom. I'm a good wife. I was a good daughter. I love animals. I love my hair, which I thank my mother for. My smile. I'm a good listener. I put this on here as an example. I am a good cook. That actually does not apply to me, but it's something that you could list. I make great salads. I care. I care about people. I'm curious about life. I'm a good neighbor. I'm a good friend. Just go on and on. And if you get stuck and you're not at 50 yet, you call your friends. Call a dear friend. They will joyously help you out by telling you things about yourself that they notice and that they love. I've done that for people before when they got stuck and they couldn't get to 50. Easy peasy. And then the third spiritual tool or spiritual practice to use for gratitude is to send thank you notes. And I have a lot of thank you notes. I have thank you notes that I have picked up that look very professional or solemn, and others with dragonflies, butterflies, some that simply say thank you, some that are fun, still with a tree on it. Get that closer. Tree on it. And then I have some that I picked up at Papyrus store. I love those stores. You know, the cards are always so fancy, and it comes with pretty envelopes and the stickers. Thanks to Hoot. With envelopes that got little owls on them. They're just so beautiful. They're like works of art themselves. They come from these stores. They really are pretty. And then I have a few that were handmade for me, which is really something special to have these handmade cards. And I have some great thank you cards that you can get at the dollar store for $1. 8 cards. And they're very nice. I mean, these are sweet little cards. You don't have to spend a lot of money to send thank you cards. Or you can spend a lot of money. I've gotten some really fancy ones here. Hearts, things that move. But the point is, you write a personal note. Yes. And you put a stamp on it and you mail it to someone. It can be for something that they have done that's special that you want to acknowledge, or you just want to thank them for being in your life. This is a great time to do that. When we're focusing on the attitude of gratitude, you can also choose to do it right around Thanksgiving. You can do it for the new year. I've done that before, written notes to my friends and just thanked them for being in my life as I start my new year. One year I made a New Year's resolution to write a thank you card every week, and I would keep the number on my calendar so I would know that I did it. And there were some weeks that I didn't write any, but there were other weeks that I would write 3 or 4. And at the end of that year, I had way more than 52. Express gratitude. People who express gratitude are individuals who've moved beyond their ego. They're able to give compliments. They're able to share authentically. They're able to be real in their expression of gratitude. Whether it's thanking your husband for fixing you a cup of coffee, thanking your neighbor for picking up your paper for you, thanking nature for the flowers to grow. You may have even planted those flowers, but you were not the architect. We have so very much to be grateful for. And my fourth suggestion for a gratitude spiritual practice is, especially for the month of November, is to create a gratitude tree or a gratitude ribbon. And that is, you simply take paper, maybe in the shape of a heart or the shape of a star, or cut it out like a paper person, and write on each one someone that you're grateful for. Maybe you're grateful for your mailman, your UPS guy, your FedEx delivery person, the clerk at the grocery store. Write everyone that you're grateful for, and then clip those up. You can use little clips or hooks or whatever. You can hook them on a plant in your house or outside if you're able, or put up a little string like we sometimes do for Christmas cards, and leave those up the entire month of November and add to them at your every opportunity. Feel yourself overflowing with gratitude for the people in your life who make your life easier. And make the opportunity to go on your phone or on your computer and look up Empty Hands music, the music video, Grateful. All the music from Empty Hands music is free. This is a beautiful music video that is based on a song by Daniel Nahmod and performed by Daniel Nahmod and Nima Nimesh Patel. It will put you in the mood to be grateful, to have your heart lifted, to have your energy raised, and you will thank yourself for doing it. You know, this week, I lost someone very dear to me. And yes, I have felt and feel sadness and loss and some anger because I thought that I would have her in my life longer. But I also feel much gratitude for having known this person for the length of time that I did, and for recognizing the blessing that she was and is to our world. And it is a great reminder to me to be grateful to those people in my life that I love so dearly. To be grateful for Christine Boylan, my friend, my ministerial school colleague, and now ministerial colleague, and dear, dear friend. And what a blessing she is to my life. What a blessing she is to your community. What a blessing she is to the Unity movement. I feel much gratitude for the Unity movement, all it has done for my life, changing my life. And I'm grateful to be with you this morning. Thank you for letting me join you. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Debris. Hold on, folks. We're taking a little walk. Here we go. Oops. Oh, good. I didn't shut you off. Oh, thank you, Reverend Debris. That was wonderful. And now we're at the time in our service where we get to participate in our gratitude. We get to participate in expressing our abundance and our love. And we do this with an offering. And we can make a tangible offering gift if you go to unityhartford.org and you can click on donate, and we thank you for all of your tangible gifts. And we also have the opportunity, though, to take that intangible offering and bring it into our heart. And intangible offerings like harmony and peace, things that we are grateful for, we hold them in our heart, and then we express them. And so I would like you to join me in saying our offering blessing together with Carolyn. I'm going to say a line and then Carolyn's going to repeat it with all of you. And say it out loud. Feel the words. Feel that energy of gratitude and love and abundance moving through you. Together as we, divine love flowing as me.
Divine love flowing as me.
Blesses and multiplies all that I am and have.
Blesses and multiplies all that I am and have.
All that I give and receive.
All that I give and receive.
And so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Amen.
And now I get to do something I've been wanting to do this for so long. We're going to give each other the Gandhi blessing. And so I ask you to raise your hands and repeat it after me. I offer you peace.
I offer you peace.
I offer you love.
I offer you love.
I offer you friendship.
I offer you friendship.
I see your beauty.
I see your beauty.
I hear your needs.
I hear your needs.
Our wisdom flows from the highest source.
Our wisdom flows from the highest source.
And I salute that source in you.
And I salute that source in you.
We're now going to sing our Unity Peace song, so get up, get your arms out, start your swaying. Then we're going to follow that with the prayer of protection and then a final song by Carolyn. So as you lower your arms, let's say our prayer for protection. Repeat after me. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God.
The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God.
The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God.
The power of God protects us. I am the power of God.
The power of God protects us. I am the power of God.
The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God.
The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God.
And wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
I'd like to thank all of you for being here today. I'd like to thank our prayer chaplains who have been holding sacred space for all of us. I want to remind you that if you do have a prayer request, you can send a confidential email to prayerrequest@unityhartford.org, and the prayer chaplains will pray with you actually for 30 days. I also want to thank our guest speaker, Reverend Debri Toms, our office manager, aka Sound Master Tony Bensko, and of course the wonderful Carolyn Fisher, who has one more song for us. Carolyn, what is our closing song?
Well, since we were talking about our spiritual toolbox, we're going to sing If I Had a Hammer. Too much going on here. All right, okay. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening. We love and appreciate all of you. And don't forget, you can join us here on Facebook for our Wednesday meditation service at 7 p.m. Or if you want to, you can pre-register to attend in person.